I'm nervous about doing a video like this. I'm chewing gum. I'm in like a dark space. I'm trying to be quiet, but my footsteps are squeaking everywhere. And I'm pacing. I'm out dealing with a lot of energy. Katie Malco, who was the opener for Julien Baker. 10:01:24, 10:02:24, 888 Young, Toronto. The first night I met friends, and I decided to I'm gonna sit. So I made friends. Emma and Marco. Emma just commented on the last video. Hello again. Yesterday I was in such a rush. I just we had 6 minutes, because we were in Toronto, our routine was totally thrown off. And so we had a long drive to Toronto. We're in this new environment, and all of these changes in our routine are happening. I lost that train. But Katie and Malco, opener, she was pissed off because Dave Grohl was chewing gum and was Dave Grohl, what are you doing? And then she researched it on the internet and found out that Dave Grohl was keeps your throat moist. The second night I was coughing so much. They were passing out water bottles, I think because on night one somebody passed out or fainted. I don't know what happened with that. If you were at that concert on the first one, what happened? Because the second night they were handing out water and they had snacks and stuff. So they had stuff prepared for if anyone fainted. No one did that I know of. It was who was performing? Night one and night two had a different. Night one was Charlotte. Maybe it wasn't Katie Malco. Oh my goodness, night one. I really want to talk about that concert with people. We got home today from the trip and Jacob was awake for 11 and a half hours. He woke up at 8:30 today, and we tried to get him to nap from 1:30 to 4:30. We had such a long drive home, and it was really challenging to deal with. He didn't want to sleep. I nursed him the entire way home. I just didn't want to sleep, and then he stayed up until 8, and I feel he could have gone longer. I feel I was forcing him to go to bed, because I was dude, you've been up for an entire almost 12 hours. You probably could have stayed up a little bit longer. It's so, I don't know how to, I'm struggling to understand how to get them to decompress. I read a ton of comments in a mom group, and everyone was like, whoa, these kids are going to school. Like, is anyone else experiencing their kid going to school and being completely overstimulated and having tantrums like all night? And everyone's like, yeah, the transition's so hard. And I'm over here being like, wait, this is a thing? Like, this is a problem. Why are there no rests in school for these kids? Or like winding them up and then like setting them loose on their parents. No wonder everyone's stressed and burnt out. No wonder it's so hard to raise kids. These institutions being so separate from the home. I do not feel comfortable with the current state of the schools. Like, you don't have to put your kid in traditional school. There's this big thing in the yoga world about the Yoga Alliance. And I've been following this for a really long time. And a lot of teachers that I really respect that run teacher trainings, they're like, we're not Yoga Alliance certified. And that's okay. Like, it's a database where you pay and they put it's like a registry. It's just a registry. It doesn't mean that you, like, in theory, they're like, get continuing education credits, right? But yes, but like, you can study, you can be in it, you can live the life. Like, being able to express your experience, your education, your experience. It's not just about the designations. It's like, do you live that life? Like, I think we've all experienced something like this where there's a professional, and a health professional specifically. And if you have a health practitioner who is extremely overweight and seems depressed and sad, and they like don't want to do parts of the job, they're like pulling away, they're struggling to manage their family life and their practice life and just like dealing with the general public. And like, if somebody's in the frequency of being very unhealthy, they're going to be around that and see that and be like, oh, this is okay. And it's not that it's not okay. But in terms of being a health conscious individual, I do understand the premise of wanting to be with a healthcare provider that walks the talk. Like, if you value and respect lifting weights for like bone mass and bone density, and eating a Mediterranean diet because of the high omega-3s and like lots of like lubricating oil for the joint, that sounds really nice. I use a lot of oil on my body, but I'm like kind of afraid of oil in my body. I'm trying to figure out the balance, man. It's a lot. I gotta show you something. I actually don't know if this button does what I think it does, but we're gonna try it, and if it doesn't work, then we'll splice some videos together. It didn't do anything. There's like a white button on the left bottom corner. Apparently there was an update in the phone, and mine like didn't update. I haven't manually done it yet. I really wanted to turn the camera around, but like, I don't know